Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Oh, That's a Podcast, the audio variety show where each episode your three hosts bring a wonderful, fantastic bit to the table. I am Thatcher Whedon, your host.
And I am Isaac Diatre, your other host.
And you know what? My name doesn't really matter.
I don't know. I would argue that it does.
I mean, if you wanted to know, it's Ian, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
We just gave away our last names, and you're just Ian.
Yeah, you're just Ian.
I don't want to get assassinated. I don't know.
Doxing isn't good enough for people. They have to send hitmen now.
My name's Ian Betancourt, and I like to sing.
Okay.
I like to sing.
Okay.
Not because I'm an alien or anything.
Do you like to dance?
Do you like to play kazoo?
Do you like trains?
Do you like waffles?
Why do I feel like these questions are derogatory in some way? I don't know.
How are these derogatory?
Do you like trains?
That was just an ASDF reference.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was just referencing Perry Grip, Ian.
Oh. Okay, maybe I do like those things then.
I was waiting for someone to go.
Well, since we've been so mean to you, Ian, why don't you tell us our opening bit? Why don't you do some sort of a fun icebreaker question or something for our opening bit so that we can get into the show?
Wait, we went that entire intro without you saying the phrase audio variety show once. I feel
No, I did say it.
You did?
Yeah, I said it right away, and then I said I'm your host.
Oh. Okay, gravity feels normal again. Thank you. I appreciate it. The first bit should be the bit that Isaac prepared. Isaac, your bit. Now!
Whoa, holy smokes.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Hey guys, I finally found you! It's me, Thatcher the Bear!
Oh, it's him! Oh, it's him!
It's the bear.
Beloved character, Thatcher the Bear!
Hey, Thatcher the Bear. Hey, our co-host...
How did you get in here?
Well, I've been looking for you guys for a while. Look, I have something important to tell you guys.
You do? Is it that we're lunch?
What? No, I don't. I'm vegan. At least I don't eat people. Hey, look, here's the thing.
Wait, so you're a talking bear comedian with a raspy voice.
Look, this is all established canon. Okay, so...
I can't just say 3 words. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Here's the thing. I've been trying to be a theory man because Matt Pett is retired. Well, I've been listening, and I've been watching the show, and I got some interesting news for you guys.
Okay, Thatcher the Bear, lay it on me.
You've been watching our audio variety show?
Yes, the audio variety show.
Where Larry comes out and sings a silly song?
This is a major conspiracy.
Okay.
I think aliens are among us.
Have you been playing too much Among Us?
No. Sorry, I've been sticking exclusively to Lethal Company.
Oh, no, Repo.
A little bit of
Repo's
content
better.
warning.
No, Thatcher the Bear. Repo's more fun. You should play that.
Repo, but it doesn't have anything to do with aliens.
Or does it?
Anyways, I think there's an alien present, not just on Earth, but among the podcast itself.
Are you accusing us of being aliens?
Yeah, that's...
It's not just me. I've been working with an organization that is devoted to figuring out if things are from extraterrestrial or not.
Thatcher the Bear, you're a talking bear, so like it's kind of like that sounds like something that would be the descriptors of an alien, like a bear that talks, you know? Like maybe you're actually the alien.
I mean, that's a bold assumption of you to make. One that I don't think I can entirely agree with.
I mean,
No, I think he's right. Thatcher the Bear, I think you have been influenced by aliens.
No, but I'm a bear here on Earth. I'm literally...
You've been watching too much alien TikTok, you know, like you seem like more like an alien.
What's TikTok? Is that some sort of a clock show?
No.
Like Antiques Roadshow, but just for clocks?
No, it's so have you ever heard of Sigma?
The Overwatch character?
You don't need to worry about it. Anyway, so Thatcher, not the bear. By the way, you guys both have the same name. That's really confusing.
Yeah, I mean That's how names work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird that it's Thatcher the Bear Whedon and Thatcher the Bear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how these things are, you know. Like my name was originally Isaac too, but then I had to make a name change because nobody's going to be able to understand who's who.
Do you mean Isaac as well, or Isaac 2, like Isaac the number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
But you wanted to keep the I, so you went with Ian instead.
You went with Ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Thatcher the Bear, I mean, like, that's some pretty bold accusations to just throw out here. Like, do you have some sort of way to back that up?
Yeah, I mean, we've been answering all of these are you an alien questions, and I mean, clearly we're not aliens.
Yeah, like, we've been doing this whole season.
Yeah.
Well, I've been working on analyzing those answers. Trying my hardest. I think maybe if we spend a little more time focused on trying to figure out the answers, we may be able to get some sort of definite answer and move forward and hopefully stopping the world from alien invasion.
You said the word answer a lot in that.
Yeah. That sounds like something an alien would say.
Okay, so would it pacify you, Thatcher the Bear? Because you're getting kind of angry and it's really scary.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
If we,
it's just the way my voice sounds.
Had some other ways to try and figure out if any of us are aliens to show that we're not. And then we also went through our answers to those alien questions and proved our innocence.
And maybe even, we could try to get in touch with the co-hosts that we've had this season to see if any of them were aliens.
True. Maybe only they were aliens.
Maybe only they were aliens. Or maybe nobody's an alien. Maybe this is all... Maybe Ian's right. Maybe Thatcher the Bear has watched one too many Tic Tacs and just thinks is just super paranoid.
But his breath does smell pretty good.
And well, I always trust people with good smelling breath, so...
We do have an episode that we have to do, so maybe we can solve this mystery along the way.
Yeah.
I actually have a great idea for how to do that.
Really?
You guys know, like, the CAPTCHA tests? The select
CAPTCHA?
all cars or select all images with a crosswalk?
Yeah, the CAPTCHA test.
Yeah, I unironically enjoy some CAPTCHAs. Not gonna lie. It's a fun little brain teaser while you're trying to log into Google.
Well, those are, to keep you from... to keep out robots. Well,
yeah.
I think I found one to show if someone's an alien or not. Because, classically, aliens don't understand the difference between musicals and movies or books or other, forms of media. They're like, what's a song? I don't understand. So,
what am musical theater?
I've put together a CAPTCHA test. Select all the musicals.
Okay. Select all the musicals to continue. Okay, I like this. What do you call this? Do you just call this?
I call it CAPTCHA test. Select all the musicals.
CAPTCHA test. CAPTCHA coming at you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that name.
Kirby Rakeback CAPTCHA.
So I've broken them down into categories.
Okay.
But the overlying rules are that you're looking for the ones that are stage musicals.
Okay.
If it's not a stage play musical, then you want to not select it. I've grouped them all into groups of 4 for each category.
Okay.
Within each category, 1 or more are not musicals.
Okay, so we don't know definite numbers. We just have to.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting.
And your goal is to tell me which ones of the 4 are musicals.
Gotcha. Well, this is going to be hard for Ian because I'm pretty sure he is an alien life form.
Well, then this will really show it.
That was hurtful. That was hurtful.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I come onto this show. I'm like, oh, my buddies want to play games with me and record a silly podcast. And sorry. And then
I work hard on my bits.
I work so hard. At the last second, I work so hard.
I'm not accusing you of being an alien, Ian.
I pour blood, sweat, and tears into this podcast, which is a little weird because I don't know how I pour blood into a podcast, but I try it anyways.
But maybe I'm an alien, and that's how I do it. That's that's what aliens do. They pour their blood onto podcasts.
Wait, you mean you don't make a blood pact?
A blood pact
with your headphones? Your headset?
I'm saving it for the advertisers.
With my with my Elder God headset.
My Elder God headset.
It requires a blood sacrifice every time you use it for it to work properly.
The world's worst D&D magic item award goes to... okay, give us these. I want to figure out who's an alien.
Okay, without further ado, in the theme of horror/thrillers,
Michael Jackson's Thriller.
here's the category of 4 horror thriller musicals. Are they musicals? Which ones are? Evil Dead,
Oh, no.
Little Shop of Horrors,
Okay.
A Quiet Place, and It. Which one of these are actual musicals?
Oh, A Quiet Place would be funny as a musical because it goes against everything the film is. I think that would be really funny. I think it would be the world's shortest musical. It would be the opening scene and then one like big musical number and then the monsters come out and everybody dies. Unless it's a groundbreaking musical that uses sign language.
That would be... Ooh.
So instead of singing, it's just signing on the stage.
Dancing very quietly as they use sign language.
Quietly. There we go. Yeah, it's really more of a kinetic sculpture, really, than a musical. But I don't know. What do you think, Ian?
Well, Little Shop of Horrors is literally a musical.
Literally a musical.
Literally a musical.
Actually, it's literally a musical. Yeah, I think we agree on that one.
I would love A Quiet Place musical, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
And it's not as old. I feel like in order to have a musical, you have to be like firmly cemented as a classic.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
I feel like it could definitely have a musical.
That's what I'm thinking too. I
could see that.
I think as much as I would like to see Bruce Campbell in a musical, I don't think Evil Dead is a musical. I don't think Quiet Place is a musical, but I could see an It musical.
Okay, so you two, are you both going with Little Shop of Horrors and It?
If we're working together, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Might as well. Okay, you have selected a musical.
Okay.
Little Shop of Horrors is a stage musical.
Okay.
It is not, though. At least not yet. Evil Dead is.
No way! No way!
There is an Evil Dead stage musical.
No! You can't! Sam Raimi, you can't!
It's a rock horror
A rock opera?
musical. Rock something, yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. I could see that. I want to see the chainsaw arm prop. That sounds pretty pretty swanky.
Okay, next category. I didn't really have a great title for this, so I just called it Zany.
Zany, okay.
Like, these are kind of wacky.
Kind of weird, kind of wacky.
The Grand Budapest Hotel, Little Miss Sunshine, A Knight's Tale, and Gremlins.
Huh. I know some of those things.
If Gremlins doesn't have a stage play for it at this point, I would be shocked. I'd be thoroughly shocked.
I'm imagining like a grown man in a Gizmo costume. Just like a full like Gizmo onesie with like a weird like Gizmo head on in order to portray that character.
Oh, and you know what would be genius?
Just doing choreography.
If during the scene where they're in the movie theater and Snow White and the Seven Dwarves is playing, they have Snow White being like done on the stage, and then like a bunch of people in Gremlins costumes just join the crowd of people watching the play as this is going on, and they just like disrupt everything. That'd be great. I'd love that. I want to see that.
I feel like Gremlins definitely has to have some sort of a musical. I don't actually know Little Miss Sunshine.
Same.
If I'm being entirely honest.
The basic plot is little girl wants to like be a part of the Miss America beauty pageant, and the family goes on this whole long road trip to make it happen. And it's a very dysfunctional, hilarious family, and hijinks ensue along the way. Highly recommend it. It's a great movie.
Okay. I could see that being a musical.
Same.
I'm going to go with 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra. No, I'm going to go with everything. I'm going to go with everything but Grand Budapest Hotel as musicals.
Okay. What about you, Ian?
I actually only know one of those movies, so because of the because I want to just go with the crowd, I'm going to also use Thatcher's answer. I'm going to say all except for Hotel.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty alien thing to do, to go with the crowd.
You are correct that the Grand Budapest Hotel is not a musical,
Okay, that's a good sign.
but neither is Gremlins.
Really?
What?
There isn't a Gremlins musical yet
There isn't a Gremlins
Missed
musical?
opportunity.
People love Gremlins.
that I could find by Google search. There is not yet a Gremlins musical, but everyone wants one.
There's not yet a...
There is a Knight's Tale musical to be released this year.
Ooh.
Okay.
Next category, animated.
Okay.
The options are Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, Cars, and Emperor's New Groove.
No, none of these are musicals.
Wait,
None
so
of these are
Ratatouille,
musicals.
Cars, Emperor's New Groove, and what was the fourth one?
Finding Nemo.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
None of these are... No! Unless it's like some sort of like at Disneyland or Disney World like stage production, because I know that they have those. I know those are a thing that exist.
There's also like the you know how they have like the Lion King like live like show sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because they do those with a bunch of like Disney related stuff, don't they?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Like you go to the parks and it's like, come on down to the cool stage and you can see the Finding Nemo live show where Marlin punches a man. I don't know why Gorpy's an announcer for Disneyland, but
Why do I feel like no, they wouldn't make a Cars musical. That's
I think they would. I think they
what
would.
would he sing about racing?
Yep. It's Cars. It's Cars. It's people like Cars for some inexplicable reason.
That movie genuinely confuses me. I don't see how that could be that hurts my brain.
I'm gonna go with Cars and Finding Nemo are musicals.
Okay.
As much as I would love Emperor's New Groove to be a musical, I don't think it's a musical. And I don't know, Ratatouille, I'm on the fence.
I say Finding Nemo and Emperor's New Groove. That's my choice.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to lump Ratatouille in there. We're going to go with Cars, Ratatouille, and Finding Nemo. Because I can see like Disney pulling some malarkey and being like, watch these shows here. I can imagine somebody running around in a bad Remy suit.
Okay. You are both correct in that Finding Nemo is the stage musical.
Okay.
However, it is the only stage musical from that list.
Okay, wait. What's the context on Finding Nemo, though? I need context on this.
I need to find my son.
My son. Yeah, this is the opposite of the Mrs. Doubtfire musical we made. My son, I cannot find my son. I'll dress up like a fish so I can find my son.
Okay, I guess it's debatable.
Debatable.
It does come up as musical, but it's more of a live puppet and musical stage show.
Live puppet and musical stage show.
Located at the theater in the wild in Dinoland, USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So specifically like a Disneyland or Disney World attraction.
Why the heck is it in Dinoland?
Good question. So it's kind of debatable there. But none of the other ones have a stage musical. The closest is in 2020, there was a musical for Ratatouille done through Zoom.
Okay.
It was a TikTok phenomenon.
That sounds about right.
Not quite a full stage play, but like...
Wait, I still don't understand what TikTok is. Hold on, there's that word again.
Thatcher the Bear, you're still here? Wow, I didn't even notice you.
Yeah, I'm sitting off in the side. I'm crunching numbers, trying to figure out who's an alien.
That's crazy. I didn't notice you because you're literally like 10 feet tall. Maybe, did you use your cloaking technology because you're an alien?
Thatcher the Bear, aka the Predator.
Stop deflecting.
Oh, we should have Thatcher the Bear versus Alf. That would have been way more balanced.
Well, that didn't seem very conclusive. Does someone else have a bit? I have more, but it doesn't seem like we're really, figuring out who an alien is. So I'll save them for
Ian
later.
and I are really, it seems like Ian and I are really agreeing on a lot of these. Well, actually, you know what, boys?
Hark.
Hold on a second.
Do I hear...
Hey, look at that. It's a call from the IAIAIAIA. It looks like, oh my goodness, Mac McKinley, guest host from OtaP episode 3.3, It's got information on whether she is an alien or not. What do you guys think? What do you guys think she was before we get into it? Just for fun, just so we can hone our...
Not been there, I think she's an alien.
Okay.
Under no basis whatsoever.
Ian Funky Kong Betancourt, what do you think?
Okay.
That was your answer that episode.
You know what? I think that she just acts like an alien, you know? Does that make sense? She just really acts like one, you know? Non-derogatory, of course, but like she just acts like one.
Okay, so
Kind of confused how that's not derogatory.
So you can break down when Thatcher accuses you of being an alien, but
boy, is his face red.
You know, I saw. You know, actually, like I was chilling with your sister once, and I literally saw her like transform into an alien in front of me. I haven't told anyone about it, but like she like
Ian,
her skin literally inverted, and she had like this scaly like interior.
Ian, I keep telling you that's an allergic reaction to shrimp. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting.
Remember, she's deathly allergic to peanuts. Well, let's see what the clip they sent over says, shall we?
Sure.
Hey, OtaP and OtaP fans, it's your girl McKinley. Just came on to say I had a lot of fun recording episode 3.3, The Shocking Return. Who knew you'd have so much fun talking about living versus dead bones and spicy bees and Shakira, but not Shakira. Anyway, if you watched the episode, you would know. Just wanted to say that I was not actually an alien. Yep, I actually think I'm Toadette. Not really, but out of all of them, look, I'm not really well informed on all of the Mario Kart characters, but I thought out of all of them, I most resemble Toadette. I'm annoying, which my brother can probably attest to. But anyway, I had a lot of fun, and yeah.
darn, not an alien.
Wow, not an alien. She does say that she's annoying, which I don't know. I don't think she's that annoying. I think she's not annoying. She's cool.
Debatable.
But debatable. Debatable. Not debatable.
I'm
Ian.
sorry. That was a joke.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ian's debatable.
Yeah, you can take it up with her.
Man, no aliens so far. I maybe none of us are aliens.
Maybe none of us
Yeah.
are. Does anyone else have a way to tell?
I'm having some weird biometric scannings of everybody in this room.
Okay, what do those say, Thatcher the Bear? Canon?
It says that there's at least one.
You mean it can't, like, tell specifically who?
Hey man, I just built this. I'm still working on fleshing out the bugs.
So maybe it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't work at all. Maybe there are no aliens.
Maybe it's detecting, I don't know, peanut butter in the room? Is there peanut butter in the room?
Well, you know what? I think what we should do is we should try to figure out, you know, what are actual aliens.
That's a good point.
And to do that, we're gonna have to figure out.
What's the game we're gonna play? Gonna play it every day. One is real, one is fake. Will it be a piece of cake? It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. Is this something real or something I made up on the spot?
If this is something real or something I made up on the spot.
Whoa!
That's right. Return a fan favorite bit. It hasn't appeared this season, but it's we're bringing it in. This is this real or something I made up on the spot? Award-winning bit. Not to toot my own horn.
I mean, you just did toot it, so...
Sorry, I had beans. This is a very straightforward game. I will provide my funny co-hosts 2 options. One of them is real, and one of them is something I made up on the spot, and they have to figure out which one is which. So the theme for this segment is alien encounters. There have been a lot of interesting reported alien encounters throughout the year. They are not just little gray men. So I'm going to provide you 2 options, and you have to choose which one you think is real and which one you think is fake.
Are they also little gray women?
Yep. Actually, that's where Little Women was originally inspired by a little gray women encounter.
It's an encounter with aliens.
Yep. If you read the book, there's a lot of subtext in there. Okay, so first round. Da 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 da. The Medford Schmooze versus the Frenchtown Jelly Babies.
Okay, so we're just guessing based off the names. What?
No, I got a blurb. I was
Okay.
going to just give you the names first. So the Schmooze, a family in the 1950s, were driving along near Medford, Oregon, when they saw 3 strange, furry blobs running away from them in the nearby woods. They looked like white, furry peanuts with no other distinguishing marks. They're named after a popular newspaper comic character from the 50s.
Wait, they were running away, but they're just peanut blobs?
Hairy, furry, white, furry peanut blobs.
How are they running? Do they have legs?
I imagine it's just sort of like a vibrating situation. They just sort of, kind of like an
I
accordion.
mean, it could have been like VeggieTales. Could have been like VeggieTales. They just bounced away.
Yeah, like VeggieTales. yeah. And in that car was a young Phil Vischer, and he grew up to. And the Frenchtown Jelly Babies, a group of British vacationers in New Jersey, caught a glimpse of something unnatural as they were spending the night in Frenchtown. A 3-foot-tall creature resembling a stubby bipedal baby made of clear gelatin. The creature screamed at them and then ran off into the woods, never to be seen again. However, they told the people of Frenchtown, and that's how the Frenchtown Jelly Baby legend got spread. So, Shmoo, Jelly Baby. Which one's real, which one's fake?
I think the Jelly Baby is...
Yes. Is...
fake.
Okay. Ian James, you're pulling some faces over
I'm
there.
trying to
What do you
replicate
think?
exactly what Isaac is doing with his body because it's confusing me.
This is great. This is great audio content.
Now you see the furry peanuts one didn't seem to be very fleshed out, so that makes me think that it was written by an alien, and since Thatcher's an alien, that makes a lot of sense. So
Okay.
I think that the furry peanut one is fake. I think the giant jelly baby is real.
Okay, we're on opposing sides.
Alrighty. Well, as real as an alien encounter can be, the Medford Schmooze, the furry peanuts, is the real one.
That's what I thought. It was the comic book character bit that you mentioned. That was like, that seems too specific.
The Frenchtown Jelly Babies was something I made up. So, 1 point for Isaac, no points for Ian. It's okay. You can still make it up. Round 2. The Hermiston Wavers or the Domiston Stink Blobs. Hermiston Wavers, a pair of amateur astronomists, were watching the skies at night when they saw a strange craft outside of Hermiston. A flattened shape with a central disc and sort of 3 lumps sticking out at the sides. Basically, it looked kind of like a fidget spinner, but they didn't say that because, this took place in the 1950s. So as they were looking at the craft, they saw these sort of tall, spindly, stick-like things staring back at them and waving at them. The astronomists waved back, and then the craft disappeared. The Domiston Stink Blobs. 2 dudes in Sweden were driving through fog at 3 a.m. when they saw a weird glow that they decided to go investigate. They found a 12-foot flying saucer surrounded by 4 bluish jelly bags jumping around the object. The blobs attacked the men, trying to absorb them. One man escaped, honked the car horn, and scared the stink blobs back into their ship. Also, the dude said that the blobs stank bad. Smell bad. Smelly blobs. Wavers or stink blobs? Which one's real, which one's fake?
Huh. Did the other Swedish people survive?
Yeah, it was just 2 dudes.
Okay.
He honked the horn and the blobs were like, "Oh my gosh!" and they dropped the guy and they went back into their ship.
Is that the exact? Did they sound like Thatcher the Bear? Is that canon?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Thatcher the Bear is a stink blob. That's why he's eating Tic Tacs.
They sound all like, "Hey, I'm a stink blob." I don't sound like that at all.
I kind of want the stink blob one to be real, but
just because they're stink blobs?
Yeah. But I'm gonna say it's fake.
I think they're real.
Okay, you're gonna go with stink blobs are fake, and Ian's gonna go with stink blobs are real.
Yes, because I've seen stink blobs.
Okay.
You are a stink blob.
Who told you? I mean, no.
Okay. I'd like to circle back and talk about Ian's stink blob encounter at a later time, but let's go into the points. The stink blobs really happened.
Darn.
Meaning the waivers was made up. So now you guys are both tied at 1 point. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Round 3. The Long Prairie Cans or the Yellow Springs Wild Men. The Long Prairie Cans or the Yellow Springs Wild Men. The Cans. A man was driving in the late evening when he encountered a large rocket in the middle of the road. He wanted some evidence, so he decided to knock it over, but his car stalled, so he got out and decided to push it over by hand. After getting out, he found 3 small little guys that looked like 3-legged beer cans that stared at him, although he reported them having no eyes. The 3 little guys rode a colorless beam of light into the rocket and left behind 3 oil slicks, and then the rocket took off. The Yellow Springs Wild Men. After reporting some strange lights in the sky, a group of local teens went out into the fields at Yellow Springs to see what was going on, when they encountered a group of 7-foot-tall beings covered in long, yellow, shaggy hair. One of the creatures raised their hand at the group and a teen fell unconscious to the ground. The rest of the teams began to scream at the beings and throw rocks at them to scare them away, but the beings yelled back and began to approach the group. The teens picked up their friend and fled for their lives, but they never saw the shaggy wild men again.
Beans or beans?
The beans.
Beings.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was
beans,
picturing 7-foot-tall beans covered in yellow fur.
Jelly babies, furry peanuts, giant long-haired beans, Thatcher.
Harry Bean. Hello, I'm Harry Bean.
I think the wild men are the real story.
Okay. Ian, what do you think?
So the other one sounds like something that some random dude would like see if he were like super drunk and just like out of it. Like he looks over
These beer cans on the road.
he looks over at his like beer cans that he's just like tossed off because he just like he just drank like a couple brewskis and he's just like, oh, what are these? Oh, my beer cans are alive. And then yeah, so I think that's the real story. I think that's a story someone did.
Okay. You think the beer can is the real one?
Yes.
That is convincing.
Well, the beer cans are the real story. The Yellow Springs Wild Men was made up, which Ian has now pulled out into the lead. It's 2-1, which is making Ian. If Ian knows so much about what aliens are, maybe he's an
alien.
Or maybe all of those stories are fake and the ones you made up are actually accurate because you're the alien.
And he's just been lying to us this whole time.
This has been a propaganda plot to try to nullify what you guys. It's a misinformation sort of. Yeah, okay. Round 4, the Farmersville Green Man or the Nevada Blue Men. Okay, 1913. Some people were chopping cotton when they decided to investigate what their dogs were barking at. They found an 18-inch tall, small, green, naked man. He had rubbery green skin and a weird sombrero thing that attached to his head. The man didn't move. Then the dogs jumped on him, and, well, let's just say he wasn't green for long.
Oof.
The Nevada Blue Men. In 1984, a young couple were driving out of Las Vegas when they saw a formation of lights in the sky. They were arranged in a triangle shape and moved in unity. The couple followed the lights when their car broke down and they blacked out, to awaken in a strange craft. Before them were 3 beings, devoid of hair and completely blue, with shimmering skin. The beings didn't speak, but the couple felt strangely at ease. Surrounding the couple were odd tubes that made weird sounds. The beings ran a few tests and let the couple go, This story then went on to inspire the performance group, the Blue Man Group. Green Man, Blue Men.
Is the Green Man what inspired the Green Giant for whatever?
The Jolly Green Giant.
I thought
Jolly Green Giant.
I thought you were going to say it was the Green Man what inspired the Green Man Group.
That too.
I'd love to see the Green Man Group.
Just a bunch of small little, just little rubbery puppets, just like, we're the Green Man Group. We're going to sing for you now.
And they die after every concert.
Yeah, the last thing is a bunch of dogs run up on stage. Okay, which one's real? Which one's fake?
I think the Blue Man Group one is fake because I know you, Thatcher. I know you. I know how much of a Blue Man Group enthusiast you are. You literally have a costume for Blue Man Group. You have the tubes that you hit with the sticks.
I do actually. Hold on a second.
Wait, was I actually right?
I know you're
was
joking.
a joke. Am I actually right?
Thatcher is the alien.
1 second. Watch this. Ready?
No.
I hate to derail the show. I actually do have. I actually have tubes. So truth is stranger than fiction sometimes, boys. But question still remains.
Okay. Well, to have a chance of beating Ian, I'm going to go opposite of what he said, even though it's against my gut, and say that the Blue Man Group one, the blue one is real.
Okay.
The blue one's fake.
So your final answers. Okay? Ian is correct.
Dang it.
My love for the Blue Man Group has betrayed me yet again.
Should have gone with my goat.
Final round.
Final round.
I want to remind you all that the way the final round works is there is a chance that both of these could be real and both of these could be fake. Here we go. The Prospect Monoliths, the Georgia Stocks. The Monoliths. A 19-year-old man was driving home alone at night. He saw a rectangular object in the sky, and his radio in his car just kind of gave up. He sort of got foggy-headed and then drove home. After undergoing hypnosis, the boy remembered what happened that night. He saw 3 weirdos. A 20-foot-tall, towering black tombstone with a single arm, a 6-foot-tall white being with 2 unmoving arms and a wedge-like head, and then a small rectangular little guy that looked kind of like a Coke machine that seemed to be afraid. He got analyzed by these 3 aliens, then the 3 sort of kind of Voltron style morphed into each other, and then his hypnosis thing ended. The Georgia Stocks. After crashing his plane into their UFO, a man named Regan was abducted by aliens that resembled huge stalks of metallic asparagus. The beings apologized for the crash, cured him of cancer, but unfortunately the man died of brain tissue degeneration due to atomic radiation within a year. Which one's real, which one's fake? We got the monoliths and we got Archibald Asparagus.
Huh.
Or are they both real or are they both fake?
I mean, one of them has an age, one of them has a name. Those are specifics. One of them continues the theme of cars and stuff not working in proximity. And one of them is completely new. He crashed his plane into their UFO and survived the crash.
I think, personally, that they are both real. I think they're both real.
Okay.
I'm going to say they're both fake.
Oh, Isaac. Well, Ian gets 2 points.
Ian's an alien.
Isaac, I'm sorry. No points for you. Those are both true events. They really happened. Insert the Jonathan Frakes reference here.
Did the story of the exploding milk bucket really happen? A similar story did take place.
So that leaves Ian with 5 points and Isaac with 1, meaning Ian wins. And Ian's pretty good at identifying aliens. Maybe because he is one. We'll have to find out. I
mean, my best friend is an alien.
Are you saying that Thatcher's an alien?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, I see now.
So maybe BuzzFeed was flipped incorrect, and you 2 are the aliens, and I'm the human one.
Maybe. But that would mean BuzzFeed is wrong, and as we all know,
yeah,
BuzzFeed is never, ever.
Well, but if BuzzFeed is right, then that means that I'm the only alien, and that all the suspicious things that Ian is doing isn't alien behavior.
I could live with that.
I mean, to be fair, Ian's just a normally suspicious dude. Like, I remember this one time where... Oh, sorry, hold on. My phone's going off. Oh, look at that. It's another International Alliance for Astronomical Investigation alert. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, they're really popping off today.
They are. Oh, my gosh. This is about another one of our guest stars. This is about Max. You guys remember Max?
I do. Definitely an alien.
How could I forget?
You think he's an alien?
I mean, yeah, he was either like a weird combination of too normal and too much like us.
Nobody's that charming without being an alien.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Are we all in agreement then that Max is an alien?
I think we are. I think we're
Yeah.
all in agreement that we all think Max is an alien. Well, let's listen to this audio clip and see what the truth is.
How's it going, OtaP boys? It's Max from the Morphing Tower podcast, who you guys had as a guest on episode 5 of season 3. First of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It was a blast, and it was awesome having y'all on my podcast as well. I am happy to report that I am, in fact, not an alien. My answer was 100% true. So growing up, my family had a bunch of VHS tapes of the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, which had such segments as Fractured Fairy Tales and Dudley Do-Right, and I loved watching that cartoon when I was growing up. And as a shorter person, I believe the shortest of all of us, I think even shorter than Ian, which is crazy. I mean, the fact that someone can actually be shorter than Ian is like mind-boggling, but my license says 5'4", and I trust that. So yeah, as a resident short person, and having a taller cousin, the benefits of having a large person standing right behind you wherever you go, immensely helpful and useful for so many different reasons. So yes, that would be my answer. Still is Mr. Bullwinkle from the Moose and Squirrel. But yeah, that's my answer. I'm I'm not an alien.
Hello, Mr. Max. I have brought you your waffles.
Oh, thank you, Captain Quixel. Oh, Captain Quixel is definitely an alien. Definitely. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but yeah.
Will that be all?
All right, yeah, you can. Yeah, thanks. You can go now.
And ladies and gentlemen, Max Chivington.
That was amazing.
That was great.
That was amazing. Owner of the Morphing Tower podcast, and not an alien. Not an alien, surprisingly.
No, Max is lucky he's shorter than me, because under any other circumstances, that would not fly. I would throw hands over those kinds of comments, but he's one of us. So
yeah, one of us little green men.
I mean, so far it seems like we're just really bad at knowing who's human and who's alien.
I know. I mean, the nice thing is it looks like all of our co-hosts have so far been humans.
Is that a good thing? Because Thatcher the Bear seems pretty convinced that at least one person on this podcast is an alien.
I mean, yeah, it's adding up. That's looking like somebody is an alien in this room.
I mean, we know that Thatcher the Bear isn't human, at least. We can see that.
Yeah, he's just a bear, unless he's like a human in a very convincing bear suit. But I don't know. I think he's all bear all the time.
Maybe he is in a bear suit.
all bear all the time. I want that on a t-shirt.
With a picture of Thatcher the Bear.
Well, Ian, do you have a way for us to sort out who might be an alien?
Maybe.
Or at least hypothesize how we would interact with an alien?
Yeah, because you know what? If we really want to understand who among us is an alien, we have to get into the idea of what would an alien see in the podcast? What would an alien in this podcast look like? And how good would they be at doing so? So you know what? I brought together a list of a bunch of different famous aliens from different movies and such, and we are going to be ranking them in sort of a tier list on which ones would make good fourth podcast host members, right?
Okay, so we're going to invite an actual alien onto our podcast and have it be a
yes
quartet.
Yes. We have to figure this out. We got to figure this out. Who would make a good host fourth host.
Okay.
Maybe even replace one of us, you know? Maybe if one of us really is an alien, maybe a different alien would be a better suit, you know, for the ratings.
Or replace one of the humans or something.
Yeah. We could just do an all alien podcast group. It's never been done before. Never been done
Nobody's
before.
ever had an all alien podcast group.
Yeah, it's never happened.
Yeah, well, with our pilot season coming up, you know, maybe we should really try to profit off of that. All right, Ian, who do you have? Who's in your tier list?
All right, so the way we're gonna do this, and I have it's pretty scuffed, but I have a system.
Okay.
So I have from a website. This is from ranker.com. Ranker.com. It's titled The 40 Plus Most Famous Alien Characters of All Time. Thank you, Ranker website, even though you have no idea who we are. I'm going to be going through these aliens, and we are going to discuss amongst ourselves on sort of a tier. How good would they be at being how good would they be at being a podcast co-host? We can do like SABC, I guess. SABC will be our tiers.
SQRLJ.
SQRLJ. You know what? I'm actually going to S.
Yeah, our traditional ranking system, SQRLJ.
Yes, of course.
Squirreled.
Of course. All right. First up, the alien xenomorph from the Aliens films.
Ooh.
SQRLJ. What are we looking at, guys?
I feel like they would probably just eat us and not be very talkative.
No.
It's like that, you know, that bit in Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs where Sid's talking to the T-Rex and he's like, I say let's talk about this, you say grr. I say they're vegetarian, you say grr. That's how I feel that would go.
That is the only reference to an Ice Age film I've ever heard that's actually funny. Congratulations, Isaac.
Thank you.
What about did you die? Yes, but then I lived.
Which one is that
Ian's
from?
denying this
The
one
same
hard.
one.
The same movie, I believe. Yeah.
Dawn of the Dinosaurs is one of the best ones.
It's like the only good one, in my opinion.
All I've seen is the first one, really.
With the creepy baby.
With the creepy baby. Well, as somebody who does a lot of editing for the podcast, I know that I have to get rid of a lot of mouth sounds, a lot of popping and clicking. And I think the xenomorph having two mouths would make that a nightmare. So I'm going to say J. Solid J.
What does the J stand for?
Just don't.
I think I have to agree.
I'm going to go with L.
Oh.
For lacking. I think there would be a lack of content from the xenomorph, but there might be some fun content from us talking about and to the xenomorph.
I mean, you know, maybe we could get in touch with Sigourney Weaver, and that would be fun. But I mean, we could all share our Sigourney Weaver stories with the xenomorph. Like that time at the bus stop. You remember that, Ian? Where you were at the bus stop with Sigourney Weaver, and
yeah. And then she asked if she could have a bite of my taco, and I was like, "No, this is my taco. I just got this." And she was like, "No, but I want it." And I was like, "No, sorry." What are we talking about again?
The xenomorph.
Oh yeah,
SQRLJ.
Where are you putting the xenomorph?
I think I'm gonna put it at L as well, personally.
Interesting.
Because like he would be lacking in content. Like he's just a funny little alien guy, but all he does is go. So
okay,
I figure maybe either a majority rules or like a meet in the middle.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah,
there's three of us. Majority makes sense.
Yeah,
if we reach majority, that is
the average. I would say the average is L.
Xenomorph in L then.
Wow.
All right, next stop. Yoda as a fourth co-host.
I think either S or Q, because I can imagine him just like sitting in the back like a producer, occasionally chiming in on something.
Yeah,
just like
I'm
we're
gonna
talking
go with
about
Q for quality. I think there'll be some quality moments.
Just like, yo, hey, like we're freaking going off of a tangent on musicals, and Yoda's like,
musicals,
and then we're all like, "Ha, Yoda, you funny guy! Aren't we glad you're the fourth co-host?"
Remember seeing Doubtfire live? I do.
Yoda, you lovable scamp.
You just made me think of Yoda sitting in a crowd at the Mrs. Doubtfire showing, and he's just like,
my kids cannot see my kids. I cannot.
I'll go with Q. I'll agree with Isaac on that for quality.
I think I have to agree because he's not an R because R is too middle of the road. You know, Yoda's just great. Yoda's just great.
He's not an S, but
yeah,
he's high Q. High Q.
High Q. I like it.
Just like his IQ.
Don't know what that means.
He's smart.
No, but what does high Q mean?
He's smart.
Okay.
Wasn't Haikyuu a volleyball anime?
Chewbacca. Other side of the Star Wars spectrum.
R, maybe?
I think I would agree. It's better than the Xenomorph in that there'd be more content, but it'd kind of be like if we had General Fishhauser as our fourth member, like
as a consistent
we have to have someone translate.
Yeah.
We have to have a translator. Like if it was Chewie and Han Solo, maybe Q?
Yeah.
But that's a big maybe.
Yeah. Not having a way to translate, but then again, we can always just.
So I'm gonna say R for roar.
R for roar. I mean, there could be some silly things, like we could be like, Chewbacca, what do you think about this? And he'd be like, oh, and we'd just laugh like we understood what he said.
Is that your impression of Wookiee language? You sound like you're trying to gargle General Fishhauser. Because he's small, right? Wait, is General Fishhauser like the size of a human? I've never even like considered that.
I think my original interpretation was he was just a guy in a fishbowl, but we've had some real fun fan art, and now I think that he is a fish in like a mech suit.
Yeah, he's like Minion.
Yeah, like Minion from Megamind.
I like that interpretation.
I do too. You know who came up with that interpretation? The Chivington. Go check out Star Munchers. It's great. Link in the description below. Max Chivington, friend of the show.
He's a cool guy.
And not an alien. Certified human.
Not an alien. Certified human.
Certified. He's got the papers. He's got the receipt.
Also, if you wanna show your friends that you're certified human, head on over to OtaP store over on Redbubble, where you can get a certified human sticker. Put it on your lunchbox. Put it on your car. Put it on your dog.
Put it on your face. And your dog.
No one will question whether you're an alien ever again.
No one will question whether you're an alien ever again. They'll know that you're certified human.
Because no self-respecting alien would ever buy merch from the OtaP store.
Prove them wrong, aliens who are listening. Buy merch from the OtaP store. OtaP-store. We got a lot of good designs on there. Buy a Jaloker mini skirt. Wear it.
You're just not allowed to buy the certified human if you're an alien.
You just can't buy the certified human.
Unless you're giving it to a friend.
Unless you're giving it to a human friend.
I actually agree with y'all. I think Chewbacca is not quite as good as Yoda, but definitely better than Xenomorph. I would put Chewbacca at R as well, I think. Because y'all were saying R, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roar.
Ooh, now here's an interesting one. Spock from the Star Trek.
Ew.
What's so ew about that? What are you ewing for?
I feel like he would occupy the same space as Yoda, as producer, sits in the back, occasionally chimes in.
But he's not. He wouldn't be a producer. He would be the fourth co-host.
But I mean, I don't know. He doesn't seem as like talkative or chatty. He's like. I feel like it's the type of thing where we would have to like engage with him deliberately.
I think most of the humor would come from him not understanding why we're laughing at things and making comments to try and undercut our humor. So I think I would put him in the same category as Yoda, as not quite S. If it was Data, I think Data would be S.
Oh my gosh. Hands down. Data would be amazing.
True.
Hands down.
But I think Spock's a little bit more stoic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would have to put Spock like L. Because he would be, we are a Spock worst nightmare, the three of us, because he would not understand half of what we're talking about.
Well, maybe he would fit right in, because I also don't understand half of what we're talking about.
That's what makes it funny.
I just go along and laugh.
That's a good point. I don't think his bits would be interesting.
He would suck at podcasting.
I forgot about that.
Spock, you suck.
I forgot. Like, that's
Oh
what
my
we do is we bring
goodness.
bits.
That's
I don't think Spock would have great bits.
Oh my gosh. You'd just be like, yes, here's some science stuff. We're going to talk about this
Let's talk
now.
about the anatomy of fungus.
It'd be boring.
And we'd be like, oh, that's cool, Spock. Yeah, that's great.
That's a frog, yeah.
You're right. Yeah. No, he can't be in Q. He's
He's L.
he's L.
L Spock. L Spock.
L Spock. Sorry, Spock. L Spock. El Spocko. Spocko's Modern Life.
Okay, next up, we're bringing him back. He the Predator.
Oh. I got real excited. I thought you were going to say Alf. Alf would be immediate S tier, just for the record. Predator?
I think he has to be above the xenomorph.
Actually, you know what? I think the Predator can hang.
Yeah.
I think he can hang, actually. I would say, depending on what his personality...
I think he'd make some strange comments, maybe.
Yeah, like wanting to hunt certain species, maybe be a little controversial.
We'd have to do some heavy editing. I think his bits may be interesting, though. I'm going to go with either S or Q on that, actually. S or Q for the Predator.
I think I'm going to personally go with Q, because I think S is maybe pushing it, but I think he'd be a decent host, yeah.
Okay.
Just gets to get a translator in there so we actually know what he's saying.
I think I'd put him in R.
Think you put him in R? Okay. So I think that balances out to Q then.
Sounds like it.
Ian, what's our tier list at right now?
So currently, out of SQRLJ, we have Yoda and Predator in Q, Chewbacca in R, and Xenomorph and Spock in L.
So no J and no S.
I have one more character.
Okay. One more funny, happy fellow.
We know him. We love him. We know the Predator would never choose to kill him.
Please.
It's Al.
Yes. Yes, it's Alf. S tier. S
I
tier.
agree.
S tier.
Alf
S
is like
tier.
Alf is like such OTAP energy.
That's true.
Big OTAP energy with Alf. Gordon Shumway, more like Gordon My Way. Am I right?
Who's Gordon?
Yeah. That's his name, Gordon Shumway. Alf is a term. I'm not joking. That's his real name, is Gordon Shumway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a fun Alf fact.
Well, there we have it.
There we have it.
So Alf is S tier? Alf has to be S tier.
Alf is S tier. Alf is S tier.
I'll fight
It's-
anyone who says he's not.
And we can have honorary S tier members of Data, and I guess the only other one that was mentioned was Alf, which is already an S tier.
Was Alf. Data and Alf are both S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe for season 4, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get a hold of these people and
Although I guess Data isn't an alien.
He's
an alien robot.
He was made on another planet. Does that count as being an alien?
If Jean-Luc Picard was born on Venus, does that make him an alien?
No, he wasn't.
I said if. Not saying he was.
Okay, that's all well and good and hypothetical, but for reals, we really need to figure out who is and who isn't an alien. I think this is a matter of global security.
I mean, I guess we can go back through our answers to the alien questions.
Yeah, we can think about all the things that happened over this past season and maybe pick out some of the more sus moments, some of the more suspicious moments. Like when Ian said that he would.
Yeah.
Like when Ian said that he would open a store that sells weird things.
Objects that serve purposes other than what they were originally invented for. Wasn't that the store?
Yeah, that was the store. Seems pretty weird to me. I think Ian would be more of a soup store type of person.
I don't know. That seems right in line for what Ian would do.
Soupy Ians.
Soupy ends.
Well, I don't know. I think Isaac is personally. I think you're personally pretty on the level.
That's what I think too.
You love Doofenshmirtz, the onions and tuna salad. Who can forget that? And your Mario Kart answer, that one was so on point. Like, I'm not even going to talk about that one.
I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to discuss it.
Speaking of that, though, I don't know if Ian's Funky
What
Kong.
about yours, Thatcher?
What? My Mario Kart answer?
I don't know. I think you said some suspicious things.
Yeah.
Like what?
Would you really spend $20 on candy?
No. It's not candy. It's Toblerone. Thank you very much.
Toblerone is candy.
$20 worth of Toblerone.
It's so much more. It's fancy candy. It's fancy, expensive candy. It's Toblerone. It's how I get my skin to be so soft and smooth.
You rub it on your skin?
I'm pretty sure
No,
rubbing
just
chocolate on your skin would give you the most acne.
It contains a lot of oils that my body needs to create my soft, smooth skin.
I don't know. I think that's suspicious.
It's how human biology works. You
No,
eat
that sounds like
chocolate.
alien biology.
I think you'd use those $20 to buy a Steam game on Steam sale.
What was I going to use the $20 for again?
Drugs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't actually remember.
I think you said a video game or something on
I
Steam.
think you
or
did say
something.
Steam. Yeah, you said Steam. The Steam game Drugs, which stands for the Really Ultimate Game Super.
Yeah.
Where you're a frog and you punch ducks
Frog punch duck.
in the nose.
I don't know. I think Thatcher's suspicious.
I think so too.
Well, multiple people can be suspicious. Ian can be suspicious too. It doesn't have to just be me.
Well, then you're both suspicious.
I think Ian's more suspicious than I am.
Well, whoever said that it was only one person? Whoever said it was only one person? It can be multiple people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It could be
but
all
I think
of us.
Ian is more suspicious than I am, and I don't think I'm an alien. Diplomacy 100.
Well, you know what? Now's the time for action.
Oh, did you get your alien detector figured out?
No, I'm just gonna count down from 3, and then y'all can reveal who you think the aliens are. If y'all are ready,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Thatcher and Ian.
I think it's both of you. I think it's both of you.
I think everybody's a human.
That's lame. I think it's both of you.
Well, I think it's both of you.
I think it's-
I have done a lot of study on humans, and I'm fairly certain that both of you are fleshlings. Yes.
Who are you? Who just joined the studio?
No, this is me, Thatcher Wheaton. This is my iconic voice, my iconic human voice.
Weird that you have to say it's a human voice specifically.
Yes, it is.
Very suspicious.
They know too much. Quick, send in the security drones.
If this is how
the door kicks down.
If this is how you're revealing that you're the alien right now, that's crazy.
The security drones are walking in. Yes, take them away. Take both of those humans away. I mean, do a quick check to make sure they're both humans. Okay, do a little poke on Isaac. Is he human? What's it say? What's that mean?
It just turns into a giant ball.
Wait, what? He was an alien too?
Yeah, I'm an alien.
Wait, hold on, what? Wait a minute! Wait! What? No! Sorry! Stop! Hold everything! Really?
I love onions and tuna salad.
Interesting.
I would have spent $20 on a sandwich. I'd spend $20 on a gift card so then I could use it whenever I wanted.
Interesting. We'll have to report back
And
to
chess should definitely not be an Olympic sport.
We'll have to report back to headquarters.
Also, macadamia nut milk is definitely not the strangest thing in my fridge.
What is it? Nut boy.
We have various dog-related stuff in there.
Speaking of dog-related things in the fridge, do the test on the other one, on the blonde one.
You poke me, and then I'm just sort of like, sorry, I had to sneeze. No, I'm human.
Fascinating. Well, pod him up and take him into the mothership. Yes. Excellent. Take the bear thing too. I don't know what he's doing here, but get him out of here as
You
well.
blew my cover.
Sorry.
Now everyone knows I'm an alien.
It's okay.
My co-hosts were aliens.
It's all right. They won't be ready for what happens next. The end.
Thank you once again for listening to Oh, That's a Podcast, Season 3. Expect more hijinks and shenanigans in Season 4. Coming soon. In the meantime, follow the podcast on social media to stay up to date and know when the next episodes are dropping. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter at OTAP_podcast or on Bluesky at OTAP-podcast. Wanna email us something? Maybe material for a bit? Or perhaps you're a rich Nigerian prince? Try our email at othatpod@gmail.com. Maybe you would like to support us financially. We have a Redbubble at OTAP-store with a fine selection of merchandise. We also have a Ko-fi page, which is OTAP_podcast. Links to all of these will be in the description below. Thanks again to the wonderful guests who have appeared this season, and to Jay Cowflix for letting us use his song Lights as our theme music. If you liked what you heard, please share it with others. It helps the show grow and encourages more content. And now, a cool space joke. Where do astronauts keep their sandwiches? In a lunchbox. This is Barry, signing off. Have a good night and we will see you at the Big Funny Awards.